Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us His truth. And as always, peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with a quick epistle. Just going into, the Lord's hopeful elect being tried by the fire of affliction, man. And just understanding what we're a part of. And anything worth having is worth fighting for, worth suffering for, man. A lot of our people, I mean, it's understandable. It's human nature not to want to hurt and suffer. Go ahead, unless you're absolutely out of your freaking mind. Go ahead right now and put your hand up to a fire, a flame, and see nature in action. You know what I mean? Guarantee you, if you're not psyched out of your mind, you're going to move your hand from that fire, man. All right. So it's not a pleasurable, desirable thing to suffer and hurt, man. But this is the difference between us, quote unquote, and them, quote unquote. There's the Lord's, hopeful elect, and then there's everybody else, man. So we'll get straight into this, and it may be everywhere, but I pray it be edifying. This is First Peter, chapter 5, and we'll start at verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai. So we need to be humble, and how do we do that? Coming in the fear of the Lord, man. All right. And with that fear, it's going to produce obedience. It's going to produce action. All right. And there's a lot of, things, for lack of better words, in relation to that action that an individual is going to do because of that fear. Praying and fasting, teaching, if you're charged to do that, keeping the law to the best of your ability, and, etc. And it goes on to say that He may exalt you in due time. So yeah, man, there's a reward coming. The Lord is going to actually, bless these individuals that have kept their integrity, man, and kept serving Yahweh Shema Hawashai through all the trials and tribulations that's going to come upon them, man. And it's going to be, a great blessing and a great reward to come to these individuals. So we need to always keep that in mind and keep on pushing. The world is so effed up right now, man. How could you not keep your mind focused on the goal? These guys and gals are a bunch of weirdos, and it's just absolutely exhausting being on the earth with these people trying to serve Yahweh Shema Hawashai to the best of our ability. And it goes on, verse 7, casting all your care upon Him, for He cared for you. Be sober. All right. And that goes into, literal, not being a drunkard, but it's really going into, being spiritually sober. Don't be drunk with the philosophies of this earth, of this world, especially for the inhabitants of Babylon the Great, the so-called United States of America. All right. Be sober, be vigilant. All right. We're supposed to be on our watch, man. We should be circumspect of the signs of the times, man, because why? Your adversary, the devil, and we do, who, our number one enemy is Esau Edom. All right. As a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. All right. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Okay. So, that's comfort, starting with Malachi Hawashai, that led the way for us to, Lord willing, accomplish what we or what the Lord has set out for us to accomplish, man. All right. We're all brothers and sisters in this thing of affliction, man. Now, now the earth or the rest of the people, or the 2/3, they seem like they're prospering. You got the Tyson fighting old buddy. I will be watching that tonight. You know what I mean? But you just see, our people, for the most part, especially our women, seems like they're just in this folly, happy state while we're in the house of mourning. Matter of fact, the Lord told us it was better to go in that house of mourning than to, be in the house of mirth, and folly and play, man. All right. But the God of all grace, which is Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, who have called us into His eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ Jesus. Okay. After that, ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. All right. To Him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. All right. And there, hey, going back to in verse 10, being perfect, and that's what we're striving for, and not to be vain, but we want to be perfect first and foremost as it relates to serving the Lord, as it relates to, our spirituality, our integrity, our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, understanding how to be a God. All right. Because that is what the Lord said we are. All right. For that hopeful elect, ye are gods. All right. We just haven't been fully manifested yet. We're in a process to get back to that. All right. This is the process that the Lord have created for us, and we are, actively, in the middle of it, man. But again, there is a reward coming for, enduring this. And the reason why it's on my spirit is because time is progressing, man. The prophets have been out on the highways and byways for quite some time now, starting with, of course, the elders and apostles, man. Senior brothers, etc., down to the youngest brother, man. All right. And eventually the things that we're saying through the spirit is actually going to come to pass. Earthquakes in diverse places, famine, World War III, the mark of the beast, all these things are actually going to come to pass, man. All right. And a part of prophecy is persecution of the saints, man, the ones that fear Yahweh Hashem and Hawashai, man. There's supposed to be persecution coming to them, so we have to understand that's part of the process, man. And we have to understand to trust in the Lord and really understand what we are a part of. And there again is a great reward if we complete the mission, man. All right, go to the book of so many precepts. So many. Book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 14. Verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction they will seek me early. And that's in relation to the Lord's hopeful elect. We're going through our affliction now. The Lord is chastening us now. That's why it seems like we can't get away with nothing. We do a little bit of something, and the Lord seems like he brings severe punishment unto us, man. And you look at the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and they're wilding out. You see the whores, you see them shaking their ass, you see them scamming and doing all this shit, rapping about all this crazy stuff, man. You see the athletes and the celebrities prospering, and you're like, man, why aren't they suffering? Hey, man, that's the difference between us and them. See, we're acknowledging our offense, we're repenting, we're saying, hey, we were wrong, we don't went off, and we are sorrowful for it. We don't want to behave like that no more, and ultimately we don't want the Lord to utterly destroy us because of our transgressions. So we're acknowledging our offense early and seeking the face of Yahweh Hashem and Hawashai through prayer, fasting, being obedient, teaching, rebuking transgressions, taking rebuke, all these things, man, while the rest of the world, again, as the days of Noah were, eating, drinking, and giving in marriage, man. They ain't being afflicted. Now, there's a lot of fronting, a lot of flexing going on in our nation. People like to pretend like they not hurting and things like that, but what they want to project amongst the people is, that they're perfect and that their lives are perfect and that they're prospering, man, while we are acknowledging, guess what? This isn't our rest. We're not happy. We're not the best. We're not the strongest. We're imperfect. We're subject to payments. We're subject to our bodies decaying and rotting on us, man. So we understand that there's no reason for us to be prideful. What do we have to be prideful for when death is right around the corner? Okay. And that's what we try to teach to our people. But hey, the Lord has blinded 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and they're just not gonna get it. And we're moving on, man, together, collectively as the Lord's hopeful elect. And we're coming for our reward, man. And we want to finish the course, and we can't wait to see the judgment take forth, especially with the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. All right. This is James 1:1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting, my brethren. Count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. It's always easier said than done, not gonna lie. All right, but this is something that we have to remember, and we need to be, studying, certain things to show ourselves approved, so that we will have this rooted, embedded in our spirit during the time of that great temptation, that hour of temptation. What is that hour of temptation? All right, there's that period of time where the Lord is going to test, the earth, man. And the only ones prophesied to pass that test is the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, that'll be that mark of the beast. That's that great tribulation, and that solution that they want to come with, that mark of the beast. And you should know what the mark of the beast is, man. In Revelation, was it 13, 16, 13? Concerning that mark of the beast, and without that mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, man. So that's going to be a great temptation. All right, you're going to want to eat, or you're going to want to have clothes, shelter. All right, and the Lord, that's, hey, we should be in a joyful spirit during that time, man, especially because we know prophecy, and we know that, that mark of the beast is amongst the last prophecies written in the book, and that the Lord has to be, right around the corner. Salvation has to be very, very close when we see on that hour of temptation come. In verse 3, knowing this, all right, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, man. All right, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And hey, man, that's what this thing is all about right now for us, is being patient, man. We didn't write this story. We can't, speed up time or slow time down. So we just have to be patient and wait on the Lord, man, and pray, that you won't go crazy. In the meantime, while waiting on the Lord, you pray for a sound mind, man. You pray for a strong spirit, so that you won't go crazy, because you are liable to go crazy. The scriptures teach us, man, wisdom driveth a wise man mad, man. So we're gathering wisdom right now, and we see the evils that are upon the earth, and it is driving us crazy, because we desire to serve the Lord for all eternity, but we can't do it in this captivity. We can't do it, and it just sucks, for lack of a better word, trying to serve the Lord and being on the earth surrounded by idiots, man. All right, so again, let that patience have her perfect work, man. And that's what we do want to be perfected, but it requires patience, man. Day in, day out, day in, day out. And this is just a part of the process, man. It sucks, but we have to remember how we got here. We were the one that disobeyed Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah in relation to the law, and he brought this harsh punishment among us, man. It could be a lot worse right now than it is, man. And it's definitely going to get worse, man. But we should be thankful that we're not hanging from trees, as a whole, getting literally chased, by dogs and fire, having fire hydrants, turned on us and things like that. Beat to death in the street. Now there's still a lot of corruption going on as it relates to Jacob and Esau. All right. So-called white man, so-called black man, but we got to be patient and wait on the Lord. And in the meantime, we have to occupy, and that's what we're doing through the Spirit. So we do these epistles, we go out on the highways and byways, because we're just occupying until the Lord comes to gather his hopeful elect and bring judgment upon this wicked earth. Okay. And we'll go down to James 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, man. So that the brother that can endure that temptation, man, he's blessed. He's considered blessed. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him, man. All right. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away a way of his own lust and entice. And again, man, that biggest, is gonna be the need and the want to survive, man, at its basic level: food, clothing, shelter. Talking about that mark of the beast, man. All right, it's gonna, that's why I'm bringing this out, because all of it's gonna, happen together. That persecution, the great tribulation, and them implementing that mark of the beast and forcing it amongst people, man. And they're gonna seek to take people's lives about it, man. They'll seek to imprison you, put their hands on you, torture you, starve you, and eventually, they really just wanna get us off the earth, man. We'll be considered, people who commit treason, man. Terrorists, all these things. So we have to remember what we're part of and understand that these trials and these tribulations and these tests, man, are a part of the process, man. All right. And if the more and more that we hearken unto these words, the more and more again we will have it embedded in our spirit. All right. And we will just naturally move the right way during Jacob's trouble, man. We won't have wavering faith, man. Is because we'll have, that solid belief, that solid faith in that rock, which is Malak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, and faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah on the words that they have taught us. All right, because it is going to get very, very ugly, contrary to popular belief, man. It doesn't matter who the so-called president here is in Babylon the Great. It's gonna go down. Prophecy is gonna happen, and everybody is gonna get tested, man. 2/3 too, but they've been prophesied not to pass that test, man. 66.6% of the nation of Israel is gonna take that mark of the beast, man. All right. It is what it is, man. All right. And we just want to pray again, have this embedded in our spirit and get ready, man, because time is progressing. Yeah, things are kind of calm now. You can still log on your computer, get on your phone, hear the prophets, but eventually the Lord gonna bring that famine of the word. And brothers may be together, brothers may get split up, man, and you gonna have to stand on your own faith, man. You're not gonna I'm talking to individuals that don't really that just listen, if that's your lot. But eventually, you're going to have to apply some action, and you just can't watch these videos and listen to these epistles and say, yeah, I believe. You're really going to be tested. The Lord is really, you're going to, he really wants to see, the manifestation of his will, man, and it's already written. We just have to give diligence to make our calling and election sure. We feel like we could possibly be different from these idiots on the earth, so we're gonna do things to show the Lord that we mean business. Again, keeping the law, teaching to keep the law. All right. And that's pretty much it, man. You keep keeping the law and teaching the law, man. Everything that it pertains, man. If you hard to teach, you gonna teach. Help me, you gonna be that, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 48 and verse 9. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. That's like a rite of passage for the men of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shah is that affliction, because everybody else be ducking it. Again, the Lord chasten those who he love, man. If you see an individual with your discernment and it seems like, that they be doing a lot of wickedness, and it seems like they not getting punished or judged, they not liking unto sons of the Lord, man. You see us, like I said, we can't do hardly nothing, man, and without the Lord, chastening us, man. But it's for a reason, man. All right. And verse 11, for mine own sake, even for my own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called, I am He. I am the first. I also am the last, man. All right. So we got to remember who we serve, man. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And this is a part of the process, that furnace of affliction. All right. And the biggest, test, and the biggest, hottest furnace is about to fall upon the earth, which again is Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, this time period upon the earth where all just bad things are gonna happen, man. And for a punk motherfucker, or let me be more politically correct, for a weaker vessel, which is the woman and the child. That's why we're not women and children. We're grown men. We're different. A woman, don't want to deal with that. See, real men ain't gonna change the law. Ain't gonna change prophecy just because it don't sound good. That's what the so-called Christians do, man. And who's in those Christian churches the most? It's mostly freaking women and children, man. All right. That's why the Lord, said, this was for men, the men, and then those men, will teach, the woman and the child. All right. But like that weaker vessel, the woman and the child, they'll hear about a great tribulation. They'll hear about persecution, and they'll shy away from it, man. And they'll teach a different doctrine, or they'll act like it doesn't exist at all. No, no, no. We got to go through it. Yes, there's a great tribulation coming. We're not going to be delivered, before the great tribulation. We have to go through it. That's what the Lord keeps on talking about in relation to that furnace of affliction. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms. 119, good gracious. Verse 63. I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. The earth, O Lord Yahweh, is full of thy mercy. Teach me thy statutes. Teth, thou hast dealt with thy servant, O Yahweh, according unto thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. Verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I have kept thy word. And there it is, my brothers and sisters, in relation to, again, that chastisement. The Lord chastening those who he loves, man. All right. And before the Lord, like how to, brothers came into the truth different ways, man. I can speak for myself, testify. It was a lot of bad things that the Lord was allowing to happen to me that slowed me down and put me in a position to actually see and hear the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Shah. Long story short, you know what I mean? But again, before, the whole point is, before I was afflicted, I went astray. Before the Lord woke us up, before he established that true fear on the true power, not that idol, all right, but the true names, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Before that, we was in the world, man, having no fear, thinking that it was all good, thinking that we could pretty much do what we want, long as, at the end of our life, we say, I accept this idol, with all my heart, and I'll be saved. It doesn't work like that. We learned that the Lord woke us up. He taught us the correct way. And now you're seeing the manifestation of it, man. All right. With us being able to teach and do these epistles, we give praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Man, I ain't did no work or no studying. For me, I'm 35 right now. I ain't did no real work or studying. I went to a, personal training school a few years back. But other than that, since 7th grade, man, you know how we kick it. You know how Jake kicking it in school, man. I'm not doing no homework and none of that. I'm not up in here studying. So I say that to say I know that it has to be something greater than myself that has me able to understand prophecy and to be able to teach and to take notes and to study, because I ain't did it since I was in the 7th grade, Jack. I ended up staying back in the 7th grade twice. I was wilding out so much, man. You know what I mean? And to see some of these notebooks that I have that's filled up with just notes, Hebrew, I have to give, praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because it's really the Lord that gave us this skill set, this ability to do the things that you see and hear us do. It isn't our own will and desire or our own strength. It is given to to us by, someone greater than ourselves, man. And once you understand that, hey, it'll all start coming together for you. Not gonna have you brothers and sisters ignorant. You're gonna have your days, you're gonna have your weeks, you're gonna have your months. You may even be in, the Lord may have you in a low state for years, man. But the Lord is just. A closed mouth don't get fed. You have not because you ask not. You have to pray. You have to pray. You have to pray without ceasing. You have to be diligent, man. And that goes into giving diligence to make your calling and election sure. It isn't just going out on the highways and byways. It's everything other than that. To be completely honest, it's how you actually conduct yourself when the cameras aren't on you. All right, when you're not being quote unquote watched by people, because you're always being watched. But when you don't have the camera on you, are you really keeping these law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability? Are you praying without ceasing to the best of your ability, consistent, giving that diligence to make your calling and election sure, and giving that diligence to get your prayers answered? Okay, and we have to remember these things, man. All right, where we at? Psalms. Let's see here. Yep. Let's see. Yep, and we'll start at 69. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. Yeah, starting with Esau, Edom, and as well as 2/3, man. They're doing it now, and you're definitely gonna see the full strength of that in relation to that persecution that's coming. Those lies that these idiots are gonna say against, the men of the Lord. But guess what? We're gonna remember the words of the Lord, man. All right, their heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law, man. We don't have a lot, man. They're prospering, man. We don't have a lot, but it's this word that gives us strength. And you see us, man, because make no mistake about it, man. The Lord gonna look out for his people, man. We ain't saying we poor and we don't have our daily bread, because the Lord, for sure, every brother can testify that call law that we get our daily bread, man, if we putting forth that decent effort. But we ain't around here prospering. We ain't around here stunting, like a lot of our people are, like Esau Edom is, like them Ishmaelites are, some of them Hamites, them rich Hamites. All right. Verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. There it is, man. You just hear this epistle today talking about affliction, afflicted, being afflicted. It's something that we have to meditate on, man. It is good for me that I have been afflicted. Yeah, man. Punishment and judgment and chastisement. And if your child is willing and he has a receptive spirit, he'll learn from that ass whooping, man. I've been in jail, and other than for the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, I personally don't plan to go back. Change my life. I'm scared of the Lord bringing that judgment. I don't want to go back up in there. I ain't built for it. There's aspects of incarceration that I can handle. I could do probably isolation better, than a lot of people, man. That's something that the Lord blessed me with. But being in there with those idiots, I can't do it. I'll be damn near suicidal. The politics that happen in jail, and I just can't deal with it, man. I can't deal with it, man. That's one step above the grave, man. I'm telling you, it's terrible in there. And if it wasn't for the Lord doing those things, man, I still been wilding out in Atlanta, man. Doing all type of crazy shit. Cause y'all, you brother, I've done, a few epistles about Atlanta, Israel. Atlanta is not your rest, because they are obsessed with Atlanta. Any major city, but you know what it is with Atlanta, man. I'm from Georgia. I've lived all over Georgia. I'm familiar with how it go. And that they think that Atlanta's the quote unquote black Mecca, of the fucking world, and they, is likened into a kingdom unto them, man. No, 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 no. The Lord had to deliver me, from up out of Atlanta. I've done epistles on this. It's somewhere back in in the archives. But yeah, it is good for me that I have been afflicted. So you brothers that are going through, man, now you want to pray for balance, man, that the Lord gives, blesses you with balance, so that you won't just be suffering to the point where you can't function. Give me neither riches nor poverty. We want to be balanced. We want to be right in the middle. We don't want too less to the point we're out here trying to rob people, and we don't want too much to the point that we have, no need for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. We want to be right in the middle, man, and that's in relation to being balanced, man. So you pray for that balance. If it seems like things are too hard for you, you pray for strength, first and foremost, because that's the stuff that's pleasing, to the Lord. He, when he got programmed and his program is in motion, the Lord likes things done his way, and it ain't nobody gonna change the mind of the Lord when he want to do something. So whatever he got you going through, you pray for the strength to endure it and be delivered from it, man. Ain't no need of lying. If you've got a knife to your neck, what you not gonna ask, you gonna pretend and be big and bad like you're not gonna ask the Lord to deliver you from that situation? Be honest, man. Don't lie. You can't lie to the Lord and your prayers. They're gonna see right past that. So you might as well tell the truth, man. If it's something that you want, it's something that you need, you be humble and brave enough at the same time to ask your power that you claim that you believe in, man. Don't have your faith wavering, man. You ask of your father and your brother, man, and just see how it works out for you. Brothers can testify about prayers getting answered, man. All right, so that's very, very important. And we need to pray for strength in relation to this coming affliction and this coming test, this coming persecution, because it's going to be rough, man. And you can hear, whatever brothers have been through, whether it's, different ailments, persecution, incarcerations. There's a spirit right now where a lot of brothers are speaking about family betrayal. That's part of prophecy, man. Some of you brothers have never experienced that. Some of you sisters have never experienced your family, maybe little fuck shit, all right, here and there, a little petty stuff, but to the point where you'll end up in jail or end up in the grave, man. That type of family betrayal is coming. So we have to be ready for that. That's going to be part of the affliction, man. I testify on that a lot about my family. The Lord has already started that process for me to see, you know what? You might want to keep your enemies close. Everybody that claiming they believers really ain't that. And I see that with my own flesh and blood, man, that they ain't really, as righteous as they claim to be. And at the drop of a dime, they will turn their back on you, man. And it's a very, very scary thing to experience, man. But it is part of the process. What helps a lot of us is just staying focused on the goal, man. Staying for whatever motivates you, the kingdom, how you gonna look, your wives, your children, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man, being perfect, getting up out of here, receiving those new bodies, whatever it is, just constantly meditate on that, because it's gonna be so much noise going on around us, and we got to be able to hear the shepherd, which is Malak Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, through all the chaos, all the lies, all the confusion, man. That's why our Lord taught us about that. No depth, depths is going to keep us from, the love that the Lord has for his hopeful elect, man. So no matter what, if we are predestined, if we are the Lord's, we're going to pass this test, man, and we're going to make it through this fire of affliction. We're going to respond the right way. It may start off ugly, but we'll eventually figure it out, man. The Lord taught us a righteous man falls 7 times, man, and that number 7, you should know, goes into completion. So a righteous man, not a wicked one, he's going to fall a complete number of times. He's going to mess up, man. That's a part of, growing. That's a part of the experience of being in these fleshly bodies, man. When it's all over, we're not gonna be like this. We're gonna be God's, man. But this is an experience, a learning experience of humility, understanding the fear of the Lord, who really, where our, because the Lord is gonna give us everything, man. He's getting ready to give us everything, and all he really wants us is to understand how this thing works. Yahweh Shai, they run it. And if you can acknowledge that and do do what they tell you to do, the Lord has an abundance of an abundance of an abundance. He got, man, I just saw a short about Esau Edom talking about you know, how it's like trillions of quote unquote galaxies. Man, they don't know what's out there, but they do know it's something out there. You know, they do know, you know, there's planets and quote unquote galaxies out there, those many mansions, right? The Lord has an abundance, man. It's nothing. It's nothing for the Lord to make us gods and liken unto him, you know, under Yahweh Hashem Al Shah in our respective orders, of course. But the Lord got plenty to give, man, and he's finna give us everything, man. And all he wants is reverence, man, appreciation. Yeah, call hello Yahweh Hashem Al Shah. You got people that won't even, you know, acknowledge his name and his son's name. Want a matter of fact, mock and scoff, man. You know they ain't gonna make it. They're not going to make it. The Lord's going to make an example out of these idiots here pretty soon, man. And he's definitely going to make an example out of us. It's just you want to be on the right hand side of that example or the left hand side, man. All right. Because just like the Lord going to give us everything, the Lord going to take everything away from everybody else, man. Esau, Edom, the rest of the heathen nations, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're going to lose it all, man. They're going to lose pride the most, though. You know, so it will behoove us to stay humble, continue to serve the Lord, and again, understand what we are a part of, man. All right. I have so many precepts, but I'll wrap it up here. Yep. In Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 1, my son, there it is. You see, my son, and say my daughter, you know, a hater, you know, would hear that and they be like, no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is for the men, you know. And that's a whole nother lesson for a whole nother day, that, you know, teaching this truth is, you know, charged to the men of the nation of Israel. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And there it is. That's the whole point of this, man. We're about to be tempted, and we're constantly being tempted. We're constantly having things that tempt us, man, that want to knock us off our pivot. It could be anything. It could be a decent looking woman that want to throw something at you and she married, you know what I mean? Probably it could be the finest sister that you've ever seen in your life, and you know she done popped up, man. That's a great temptation for a lot of men, and we know how that has went, you know, through the process of time, about men, you know, going out their wits because of a woman. All right. But the ultimate temptation, man, that we need to be preparing for is that persecution and that mark of the beast, because it's gonna get real real nasty, man. We all, the Lord not a man that he shall lie. See, things are so kind of different from how it's going to be during Jacob's trouble. You can't really fathom how bad it's going to get. You would just really have to, you know, pray and meditate on the fact that the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. And when he says something's going to be bad, if they've reiterated this multiple times in the Bible, that this great tribulation is going to be a time like the earth has never seen before. This earth has seen in World War I, World War II. Do your research, man, via the internet, man. They got, you know, documentaries on those things and see how horrific it was. Look at the Great Depression that happened in the United States, man. Babylon the Great, and how effed up it was, man. Soup kitchens and a lot of Edomites was out there. It was horrible. The Great Depression. Oh man, bro, it's gonna get bad, man. And if the Lord is saying this is gonna be a time like the earth has never seen before, that means it's gonna be worse than the Great Depression that was here. You know, the bubonic plague, all that shit, man, that has happened. World War I, World War II, you know, Vietnam, the amount of death and carnage, you know, that transpired during those great events that the Lord brought upon the earth. The Lord has prophesied to us that it's gonna be worse than that, man. All right, so we need to prepare our minds and our spirits to get ready to go through and bring the glory to Yahweh Hashem, for Yahweh Hashem Shai, because it's just going to be us and them, man. It's going to be that small remnant that's going to be able to give that glory to Yahweh Hashem Shai, and everybody else is about to fold, man. So we got to remember that, man. All right, and keep on serving Yahweh Hashem Shai, because again, the Lord is getting ready, you know, after we pass this test, and I'm speaking it into existence. Yeah, it ain't what they taught us in the Christian church. Hey, I take that now. I take that, speaking it into existence, that we're going to pass that test. The Lord is getting ready, you know, to give us everything, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.